Hello guys, it's Jordan Talks here, back with another video, and this is going to be my week 5 preview. If you haven't checked my week 4 review video out, go ahead and check that one out. We'll crack straight into this, and it wouldn't be right for me to start off with any other game but the London game, would it? And the Bears and the Raiders come to town, and it should be a decent game. Unfortunately, Trubisky's out of this one, so maybe the standard of quarterback for the Bears isn't as great, but we'll get into that in a second. The Raiders come into this one. Somehow they're 2-2, and last week they beat a team in the Colts who had quite a few injuries, didn't they? Wasn't their full strength, and it just showed that their depth maybe isn't all there. They have great level of the starters, but when a replacement has to come in, they may struggle a little bit with that, the Colts. But yeah, the Raiders went and got the win. Got the pick 6 to seal the game in the end on that one, where I thought the Colts were actually going to go down the field and tie the game. And knowing Frank Reich, he probably would have gone for 2 and tried to win it. But yeah, this week they come against the Bears defense, who they've started this year of how they finished last year, haven't they? Absolutely dominant. I think they got 6 sacks against the Vikings last week. And they made the Vikings look like a college team, really, didn't they? They nearly shut them out for the whole game until the Vikings scored with just over 2 minutes to go. And this Bears defense, in my opinion, is, well, it can't be argued that they're top 3 in the league, but in my opinion, they're the best in the league. All over, they've just got studs all over the place, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this Bears defense on the weekend more than anything in this game. Obviously, Trubisky's out for the Bears, so Chase Daniel's going to be in. And in my opinion, I don't think Chase Daniel's that much of a drop-off to Trubisky, really. But I suppose that's a conversation for another day. I think the Raiders, their wins have been, they've took advantage of a situation they've been in against teams who have been unmanned or haven't been at full strength or so. But yeah, I think the Bears are going to win this one quite comfortably, 10 at least. And they're going to give the Raiders a long flight home back over to America. I got the Bears winning that one. Next game, I'm going to go Packers-Cowboys. I think this is a great game. Both teams are 3-1 as it stands coming into this game. And after they both lost last week, they lost their unbeaten records. The Packers were in a bit of a shootout against the Eagles, and Aaron Rodgers threw a pick late on to seal the loss for them. And the Cowboys come here after losing 12? Can't remember, 12-9 or something, against the Saints, where the Saints defense had them under control, really. Obviously, a couple of decisions went against the Cowboys in that one, especially the Ezekiel Elliott fumble, which in my opinion you can't really give that, but that's what they did. The big question mark for me in this game is this Cowboys O-line. So having a look at the injury report, I think 3 of them are on the O-line. They're out. 2 of them are questionable, and then Tyron Smith's out definitely for this game, which is going to be a massive miss for them. And over the last seasons, the problems for the Cowboys have arose when they've had injuries on the offensive line, because let's be real, their line's one of the best, if not the best, in the league. So it'd be interesting to see how that run game goes and what the protection is like for Dak Prescott, especially against this Packers defense. So this season, let's be real about it, it's shocked everyone, I think. They're playing at a very good level, and yeah, I think this Packers defense will give that Cowboys offense everything they can handle in this one. Aaron Rodgers looked like himself last week for the first time this season. I think he threw for over 400 yards, didn't he? But the throws he was making just looked like old school Aaron Rodgers. So I guess that offense will be looking to carry on from that sort of performance and carry that into this game, where they're coming against a top Cowboys defense. I mean, they held the Saints to 12 points in the Superdome, and they didn't even let in a touchdown. This is going to be a close game, but I've got the Packers winning this one. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers has got a very good record against the Cowboys. I think the last 2 times they played, they've scored very late on to seal the deal, and I think the Packers are one of the better teams in the league this year, actually, especially if this offense can keep taking a little steps forward from what they have been in the early weeks, and they improve on last week's performance. But yeah, these 2 teams wouldn't surprise me if they make the playoffs. Again, top teams, and the Packers would be looking to remain top of the NFC North and move to 4-1. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a tight game, but I'm gonna have the Packers winning that one. Next up, I'm gonna talk about the Jags at the Panthers. So not the highlight game of the weekend, but if you look at this fixture at the start of the season, it's going to be 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks playing against each other, Nick Foles versus Cam Newton. But instead, what we've got here is Kyle Allen against Gardner Minshew. And yeah, Kyle Allen's played well, hasn't he? Come in, won a couple games. But unfortunately for him, he's running into this Jags defence who, in the second half against the Broncos last week, looked like they got their swagger back. Completely shut down Joe Flacco and that Broncos offence, who, let's be honest, aren't the greatest offence in this league. But that's the sort of teams the Jaguars thrived on playing last year, and over previous years, not so much last year. And that's how they become a playoff team, wasn't it, when they made that run? But yeah, I think in this game, I'm really looking forward to watching Gardner Minshew play. I mean, the legend continues to grow for this guy, doesn't it? Won 2 in a row now. Easy for you to say. But yeah, he's won 2 in a row, and that second half performance was quality. And I feel like all the players in this Jags team are getting behind him a little bit. Apparently, Jalen Ramsey's not going to be playing yet again, which is a shame, really, because I feel like he would thrive in these sorts of situations against a quarterback like Kyle Allen, who hasn't got that much experience. And yeah, I think the Jags are going to rock up into Carolina and walk away with the win. So 3 in a row for the Jags, I think, which would be very good. And it'd be interesting to see when Nick Foles does get back from his injury, if Gardner Minshew's still playing at this sort of level, will they change the quarterback back over? I don't know. But that remains to be seen in the future, doesn't it? So the Vikings at the Giants is going to be the last game I'm going to cover. And again, this is a bit of a weird one, but Danny Dimes is 2-0 in New York, and the New York press, the New York fans love a winning quarterback, don't they? And they're going to be looking to win this game against a Minnesota team who, over the last few weeks, things are getting a bit shaky there, aren't they? Over the last few days, Stephon Diggs has apparently requested a trade for reasons that we're not aware of at this present moment, but obviously he's a massive player for that offense, for that team. Especially, he's a legend now, isn't he, after what happened with the Minnesota Miracle. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he turns up on Sunday, because it's all come out of the blue a bit. Because I know this offense has been struggling, and Kirk Cousins has been getting thrown stone at him by all the media, hasn't he? But against that Bears defense, I don't think you can put all that blame on him, and that defense is going to make a lot of quarterbacks look average this season. And it all starts with the Vikings, with that O-line. They've had the problems like this for the last few years. They just can't block. And giving up 6 sacks against the Bears last week, you're not going to be able to stay competitive in many football games if you're going to give up that many sacks, are you? Especially when you've got a quarterback who seems to be afraid of taking the downfield shot. I'm not sure if he doesn't want to throw interceptions or whatever, but they do say if you don't throw any interceptions, you're not taking enough risks and you're not throwing the ball downfield. And Kirk Cousins just doesn't seem to be doing that at the moment. And I'm guessing that's one of the reasons Stephon Diggs is getting frustrated. I think he still is the team's leading receiver, but when he's got that sort of pace to get down the field and he's not getting the ball, you can see why he would get frustrated. But yeah, I'm looking for this Giants team to go 3-0 with Daniel Jones. I think they're going to win this game. It's at home, and I can imagine the fans are going to be right up for this. and so too will all the Giants players. Obviously, Saquon Barkley's still out with his injury. I think he's out for a couple more weeks. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones did make a few rookie errors last week against the Redskins. But you know, they're growing pains, and when you're in a control of a game, you can probably afford to make some of these mistakes and learn from them. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Giants to win this one, and that's gonna be the end of my Week 5 preview. I've got 4 games on there this week. Not many games are sticking out to me, to be honest, this week. It's just more learning about what these teams are, really. I mean, they often say after 4 weeks the offenses are up to speed, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of performances we'll be seeing. What sort of Colts team we'll be seeing against the Chiefs on. I think they play on Monday. They play on Sunday Night Football. Obviously, the Chiefs will be looking to go 5-0. In all seriousness, the Patriots, they should be beating Washington, shouldn't they? So they'll be going 5-0. And yeah, those two look to like the class of the AFC, and wouldn't surprise me if they're in the AFC Championship game again this season. But yeah, that's all for this week. If you have enjoyed this video, if you could give a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Leave a comment. Who do you support, and how do you think your team's going to get on this weekend? Am I stupid for thinking the Giants are going to beat the Vikings? Or am I stupid for thinking Gardner Minshew's going to win another one? Yeah, let me know who you support and how your team's going to get on this weekend. And I'll get back to anyone. My next video will probably end up being Monday evening, because I haven't really got the time this weekend to do a preview of the Browns versus the 49ers. But luckily they play on Monday Night Football, so be sure to look out for that one. And then, yeah, I hope everyone enjoys this weekend's games. Hope the London game's a good one for the NFL fans in the UK. And until Monday, peace out. See ya.